All right, webheads, September 15th, 2021 is right around the corner, so you better start taking some notes so you know what comic books to buy for next week. Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And today, guys, I'm bringing you my top 10 most anticipated comic books for September 15, 2021. That's right, guys, it's never too early to start making that list for next week. And guys, like I said earlier, hopefully this helps you make decisions on what comic books to buy. But before we get started, guys, if you want to become a member of Comic Book Corner 2.0, all you got to do is just go on to my home screen, hit that join button, guys. It gives you, the readers and watchers out there, extra perks, and it does help support the channel. So thank you so much in advance. And guys, let's get started with this week's top 10 most anticipated, kicking it off with the hot seat. That's right, guys, the hot seat is that book where I'm thinking about dropping, and we're getting really super close to getting ready to drop completely all the X-Men books except the new X-Men series that just got kicked off and Inferno when that comes out. But this one goes to Marauders. This is Marauders issue 24. I feel like when it comes to Marauders, it has not been a great series for a very long time. The last issue in issue 23, these guys were still dealing with the Reverse. Like, how long are we going to be fighting the Reverse? And it was just very boring and nothing happened in it. And I feel like with Jerry Duggan taking over the main X-Men title, that he would tie this book in more cohesively, but maybe he was just finishing a story arc, right? I don't know. That's why I'm thinking about trying to pick this one up. But this one has to do with them going into space and them being space pirates now. I don't know, man. This might be it. If this story arc does not capture me, I might truly drop Marauders, and then all X titles at this point will be dropped except for that X-Men book. So we'll see what happens with it. 28 pages, $4. So here's the book that's on the rise, and this is a book I have not touched, I have not read at all. But the book that's on the rise and is on my radar now is Superman and the Authority. This is issue 3. Now, this is done by Grant Morrison, and Grant Morrison is hot and cold for me. But a lot of people have been telling me, Mike, you should read Superman and the Authority. And, you know, I'm 2 issues behind in it. And if I can go to my shop and find the first 2 issues, should I buy issue 3? Is this book really that good that I should read it? Let me know in the comments below, guys. That's why this one is on the rise this week, because you guys have some good things to say. But I want to get that confirmation. This book is 40 pages. It's a $5 book, but is it worth it? I'm looking for some good DC titles right now because it's dwindling on my pull list. Let's kick off the official countdown now with number 10. And number 10 goes to Batman Urban Legends issue 7. Now, I have not bought a Batman Urban Legends issue in quite some time. I don't like the price point of it, and it's a lot of pages and it's multiple stories. And, you know, people are probably like, so Mike, you didn't get the one with Tim Drake where he is gay, right? And I'm like, no, I did not. I didn't have any interest in paying that money for the book. I know it might be worth some more money in the future, but I just did not get it, right? So, however, why this one is on my list is because Terry McGinnis in it. And that would be the sole reason why I buy this issue, because is there any hint or indication that Terry McGinnis is coming back into the DC universe? You know, they canceled his title. Was it last year they did that? And I was very sad to see him go. I think in a world where there's a future Batman, he is the best fitting one. He's been around for eons, and I think he's the most popular one. There's other stories that have to do with other versions of Batman. I don't care about them. I just care about Terry McGinnis. So that's why this one is on my list, but that's why it's also so low, because it only has that one story and that price point is very high. So again, 64 pages and $8 here. Number 9, and this one's been dropping slowly, and this one goes to Iron Man issue 12. This is a story that's been long drawn out, where we get to see Iron Man try to go to Galactus's warship, and he's going against Korvac, and Korvac wants the power from this ship. But it's been such a drawn out story. He's developed a relationship with Patsy Walker, which I feel is okay, and he's teamed up with a bunch of other characters, which I seem is okay. But this is what I have an issue with. I have an issue where we have writers that want to tell this long arcing story, but it's just very drawn out, and there's nothing exciting until you get from beginning, middle to end. It's just there. It just exists, and that's what I feel that's going on with this Iron Man run currently, right? So I just am starting to lose it here. There's not enough action. There's not enough things that really happen. Iron Man was stuck in some other world for like 3 issues, and it didn't progress overall main story. So this one is getting close to being on the hot seat as well. We'll see what happens with this. 28 pages, and this one is $4. It's coming in at number 8, another book that's been losing a little bit of steam for me. The last 2 issues have been just really slow. Same thing, nothing's been really progressing the story, but this is Joker issue 7. I'm looking for Joker to pick back up again. You know, remember those first 2 or 3 issues where they were super explosive? We got a lot of things going on with, you know, Bane's daughter and Barbara finding out, or Gordon knows that Barbara is Batgirl, and just all these great things. And then what happens is it just kind of stalls out right now, right? So I'm looking for things to definitely pick up when it comes to this series, and yeah, we'll see what happens. And then of course there's that Punchline backup story, which I really don't care about. So this one's 40 pages, and this one is $6. So next on our list, coming in at number 7, this one goes to Justice League Last Ride issue 5. Issue 1 was really good, 2 was good, 3 wasn't as good, but 4 picked up because we wound up getting to see the sacrifice of Martian Manhunter. Everyone blamed Batman for Martian Manhunter's death because those two were working together, but we found out that John really sacrificed himself, right? And Superman blames Batman, shouldn't have let him do it, but you know what? It was the better good of our heroes. You know, he saved the day. And also kind of the side story going on here is the whole situation with Lobo as he's going to face trial. They don't want to kill him, but they have him on Apocalypse, and then of course there's others after him. Darkseid makes their appearance. This has been really good. It's written by Chip Zdarsky. The artwork is amazing. This book is much better than the ongoing Justice League that's out right now. So can't wait for issue 5. Looking forward to this one. One of the better books coming out this week. Moving on this list is Spider-Woman issue 15. Spider-Woman is really a lot of fun. Now, there's a lot of different dynamics going on in this book. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of family dynamic going on in this book, and we wound up getting to see all of that mixed into this series. You know, Jessica had a relationship that broke off. She's trying to protect her kids. She was trying to fight off an illness. So there's so many things that have happened in the first 14 issues. She has a family that she didn't know about, like a brother, and all kinds of stuff like that. So this is a book that I definitely recommend to go out there and buy, but see if you can find a trade. I think they have 1 or maybe 2 trades of this one, and then you would be caught up. But don't sleep on Spider-Woman. This is awesome. The artwork is phenomenal in here, and it's, you know, she's very witty in this book, and that's what I like about it so much. So definitely check it out. If you're paying attention to legacy numbering, this is Legacy 110, 28 page count, and it's a $4 book. So cracking the top 5. We have maybe the Titans book that you guys have been waiting for. No more Titans Academy. This one is Titans United issue 1. I didn't even realize this was coming out until I was putting together this list. And I'm like, oh man, Titans Academy, you know, or I'm sorry, Titans United. I'm like, this could be much better than the other book. And this is a mini series. This is 1 of 7. And here is the description that it gives. The Titans face their greatest challenge, their own powers. Nightwing, Donna Troy, Superboy, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, and Red Hood kick off a thrilling new case that will lead one of their own to question not only their place on a team, but their very existence. This has all the Titans that you've been waiting for all this time. So I have a feeling this book is going to do really well, better than Titans Academy. This is 32 pages, $4. So looking forward to this one. So coming in at number 4, guys, this is a pretty big one when it comes to the Fantastic Four. This is issue 35. This is legacy numbering issue 680. This is a 92-page book. This is a $10 price point. But again, we're celebrating 60 years of the Fantastic Four, and it looks like we're going to have Kang in this book, and there's going to be a lot of things happening in this one. So definitely pick this one up. John Romita Jr. makes his return to Marvel because of this book. So there's a lot of things going for it. So definitely pick this one up. Don't pass on it. You know, I understand if you're under money constraints, you know, but this is something that you might want to add to your PC. We move on to our top 3, and kicking it off with number 3 goes to Kang Conqueror issue 2. Now, we wind up getting to see young Kang in the very first issue, and you see old Kang, and you wind up seeing them old Kang trying to make up for his past mistakes, but that kind of failed, and young Kang goes to a different time, right? Now, I feel this book is definitely geared towards the newer readers of Kang the Conqueror, like me. I never was a fan of the character, didn't know that much about the character. All I really knew was based off of what I watched on Loki. And so when I picked this up, I'm like, oh, it's getting me really familiar with this character. So here I want to know more about him and how this is going to probably lead into that Timeless event that is going to come out, I think, later on this year, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it looks like Kang is, you know, going to be the big bad, not only in comics, but maybe possibly the movies. He's going to be in season 2 of Loki, I'm sure. So there's a lot of upside when it comes to Kang right now. Check this book out, guys. 28 pages, $4. All right, so now we move on to number 2. This one was almost my number 1, and I love this book. This is from AWA Upshot. This is Fight Girls issue 3. You know, we got 10 women, 4 challenges, and they're all going for that one crown. This is like a reality show, right, where we get to see all these women from a different land trying to vow for this crown. But what makes this book a lot of fun is these women competing against each other, and one issue they went in the jungle fighting against each other to get to the end, and then in the last issue they were in the desert and they got to be fighting these crazy monsters and creatures, and they, you know, trip each other up and they don't work together, you know, they're all scrappy and everything else. And in this issue it looks like they're going to be going in the ocean against sea monsters, sharks, all kinds of crazy stuff. This book is great, man. I love this book. So much fun. And guys, don't pass this book up either. This is $4. Great book. What book winds up going on my number 1 most anticipated list for next week? Well, that winds up going to Black Widow issue 11. That's right, guys. This book is so well done. It's written by Kelly Thompson. This is the time to jump on if you're thinking about jumping on Black Widow. The artwork is gorgeous inside. You gotta love the cover work as well. And we wind up seeing Black Widow wind up putting together a nice little team here. You know, you have Black Widow herself, you have Yelena Belova that's on here, you wind up having Arena that's on here as well, and then you wind up getting this new character by the name of Lucy, and then they have this like little scientist dude that they acquired as well. So there's like 5 of them all working together, and I think this book has some strong potential. You know, I've enjoyed every single issue of this, and now we're going to see Black Widow come across these twins, these mysterious twins, and we don't know if they're going to be, you know, friend or foe. And the main antagonist that was in this book, is he alive or is he dead? So we're going to find out some more things. The one thing that concerns me when it comes to this book is this does Kelly Thompson have the staying power when it comes to this character? So far, she has. Now, the last story arc wasn't as strong as the first story arc to kick everything off, but I think she does definitely have a story to tell, and she is fleshing out the character a little bit more, which is really great. So I definitely say pick this one up if you haven't read Black Widow yet, but I definitely say if you want to understand everything that's going on, read that first trade. You really will enjoy it. 28 pages, $4. All right, guys, so there you have it. There are my top 10 most anticipated comic books for next week. Hopefully you enjoyed the list. I want to know in the comment section below what you're looking forward to the most next week. And of course, guys, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any content from me. Subscribe to the channel, of course. And if you like the content also, I'll leave you more content right next to me. And until next time, guys, keep buying, keep collecting, keep reading those comic books, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.